Hey guys, and welcome back to another round of Bless Your Heart TBR. I am excited. I have already played the game, so I have to do some housekeeping for this part. And I need to mention that Rain and Ruin was a complete hit for my patrons. And so we will be continuing on with the second book, which I can't remember the name of, but I will post right here so that you guys can see it. And that is going to be on my February TBR. We are also buddy reading Hill House on the Discord as well, and so that I have to add to the TBR. And I have to tell you, my game was not very nice to me this time. I'm a little sad, but I'm also going to kind of change up the way I do my TBRs. I'm going to talk through the books with you. I will have some options. Some of them I won't have options because the board was mean and I have to draw from my jar. But other than that, I will talk through my choices with you guys so you guys can see them. And yeah, let's go ahead and get started. All right, here we are for another round of Bless Your Heart TBR. We have reset the board, as you can see. We have one pawn of each color out. I did that to start the new year off right. My kiddo will be picking the colors via cards, so keeping myself honest, just like usual. I am going to start recording everything in a reading planner because I have a tendency to get off track. And if this is your first time seeing my TBR game, everything will make sense as we move along the board. And I also have the first video where I discuss the rules of Bless Your Heart TBR. But for now, let's go ahead and get into the first draw. My kiddo is going to pick a color. Green. That is my sci-fi pawn. So let's go ahead. I've got my stack of cards here. Already we are in sorry mode. Bless Your Heart, who are we taking from the board? So probably going to remove Romantasy from the board, but that does put me in line to actually pick a Romantasy if we choose green again. And then that means I also have to draw from my sci-fi jar because it's green. So right out the gate, we get a Bless Your Heart. And wouldn't you know, it was sci-fi. And so I have to draw from my sci-fi jar. If you guys saw in my last vlog, I cleaned the jars out and each color has a corresponding jar. So there is my sci-fi jar. And every book I have on my shelves has been put into these jars. Now, as you can see, there's not a ton of sci-fi, but I have a tendency to read my sci-fi as I get them. So let's see what the damage is going to be this month. All right, turn it where you guys can see it. Oh, you've got to be kidding. You've got to be kidding. No. Okay, so if you guys have seen my self-destructing books, this book is on it, and I will go grab it. Already, we are starting the TBR off with a chunky boy. I'm very excited for this. You guys know I love a good space opera. I've heard excellent things about this particular one. I know it was good enough to garner a continuation, so I'm pretty excited about this, even though it is a heck of a way to start a TBR, knowing I already have two books that I'm committed to, and one of the other prompts was really mean. So this is what I am going to be choosing for, well, I didn't get to choose. This is what the jar picked for my sci-fi pick. Okay, draw number 2, Joseph. Yellow. Yellow is fantasy. Now let's see how many I will be moving. 2, 1, 2. That is debut. So I need to pick a debut fantasy. Next, we landed on debut fantasy, and I'm pretty excited about this because that means I get to add one of my books from the previous TBR that I didn't finish. Didn't even start, bad me, from last month that I've been very excited to get to, and that is The Silver Blood Promise by James Logan. This one I really hope is going to be that plot-driven fantasy I'm looking for, the excellent writing that I'm looking for. I've heard good things that lead me to believe this is going to be that for me, and I've talked about it a lot in the last few videos that I've posted simply because, well, minus the vlogs. because this is on my 25 books I want to read in 2025. This is one of my most anticipated reads, all of that good stuff. So I won't talk too much about it here, but I will be vlogging this. But already we are going to have to put another book onto the TBR because it is Draw Again. So, okay, we are sticking with, here, I'm going to pull one out, which means I get to draw from my fantasy jar. Okay, and then the control is taken from my hands again, and we have to use the fantasy jar because I bumped a pawn. Now this jar is quite full. I have everything from Guy Gavriel Kay to young adult, everything that is fantasy, not fantasy romance, is in this jar. So let's see what the jar is going to pick for me today. I'm very nervous. I'm very nervous, especially after getting Revelation Space as the first book. Oh my God. This TBR hates me. Oh, it hates me. Okay, well, let me go grab the book. I don't even know what to think right now. Revelation Space, The Silver Blood Promise, and now The Darkness That Comes Before. Guys, this is my birthday month. It shouldn't be so mean to me, right? This is the grimmest of the grimdark, and I'm very excited for it. I know that there's a lot of philosophy in this book, and so I'm hoping I have the brain power for it, especially because we have my mom's birthday, my husband's birthday, Valentine's Day, a lot of things going on in February. And yeah, this one's a little scary. I have been putting it off because I'm scared that I won't like it. But if it's a DNF, then, you know, it'll just be one more book or two books that I can remove from my shelves. But I do hope that I like it. And we shall draw again. Move backward 4. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is a book from my TBR cart. Next, we got a book from the TBR cart, and this is going to be an easy pick for me because I already have the audio from the library, and I like to listen to books if that's how I originally consumed them. I want to listen to the rest of them, and let me grab it. Like I said, I just got the audio from the library of Vilest Things by Chloe Gong. I really, really enjoyed the first book, and I was planning to do a reread of the first book before going into this, but I think I remember enough. And if I don't, then I'll read the first book and then jump into this one, which adds another book to my already growing tally for this game. But I'm very, very excited for this one. Okay, we are 4 books in and only 2 draws. This is not so great. All right, Joseph, what color are we going to be next? Red, which would be mystery, thriller, horror, all of those good things. So let's draw a card. Move forward 3. New to the TBR. Okay. Okay, this would do this to me, wouldn't it? New to the TBR. I have a book in mind, and let's just go for it. My TBR is already completely out of hand with what I've got over here. Okay, this one is so new to the TBR. You guys have not even seen me haul it yet. That would be A Lightfall by Ed Crocker. Vampires, do I need to say more? No, I'm going to say more because I have followed Ed Crocker's journey writing this book from probably the start. We found each other on Twitter, and he's always been a good supporter of this channel. And then he wrote a vampire book that's urban fantasy, that has dark humor, and I'm so freaking excited for this one. So excited. The funny thing is, this is a debut novel, which I should have held out because I know that something is coming. Anyway, it is a debut novel, and it sold out in one of the stores that I was looking for it, or a friend was looking for it, and then sold out on Amazon in their country. So I have high hopes for this. A lot of my friends have already read it, and they've really enjoyed it. And Ed Crocker is on my Discord. I'm very, very excited for this. And I kind of wish that like there were some red sprayed edges on this, but I'm not going to complain. Debut. And Sunyi is one of the people who blurbed it, and she's been a friend of the Discord and my channel for a long time. But yeah, very, very pumped for this one. Okay, draw number 4. Green. Oh my gosh. Are you kidding me?
Sorry.
Bless your heart. Geez. I guess we'll take one of the fantasy pawns off of the board. But that does mean since we are on green, we are drawing from the sci-fi jar again. We are back. We are back to the sci-fi jar. I have to switch out my jars here. This is looking like an awesome but very, very scary TBR. I'm very pumped for all of these books, but also like, what is happening? What is happening? Okay, sci-fi jar again. Just okay. I'm eyeballing one, but I'm like, can we draw that one? Because that's one that I want to read. But we shall see. We shall see. Okay. Oh, Architects of Memory. Now, this is one that I've owned for a really long time on audio, and honestly, I don't remember much about it. I'll be vlogging all of these books, so I will talk about it more in depth there. But I do remember when I started reading a bunch of female sci-fi authors, this book was recommended to me, so fingers crossed that I really enjoy it. But I mean, who knows? Who knows? It's one I bought on a whim and then kind of forgot about, but not because I didn't think I was going to enjoy it, but just kind of that's how my brain works. Out of sight, out of mind. Okay, and hopefully our last one. Red. Okay. Oh my gosh. The board is being so mean to me. Okay, move forward 2. And Chonk. Chonk, are you kidding me? Oh, so rude. So rude. I told you. I told you that the TBR hates me. I'm a chonk. Okay, I think I'm going to save myself a little bit of grief and go with a book that I've already started. Also, well, because I'm either gonna DNF it or I'm gonna fly through it, and I haven't decided yet which way I'm going, which way I'm leaning, because I'm not having fun, and the whole point of these books was to have fun. So let me grab it. Dun dun dun! Onyx Storm. As you guys can see, I have not gotten very far into it, so I think it would still classify as a chonk, even reading what I haven't read of it. I've not enjoyed this book so far. Violet is whiny and she's driving me crazy. Things are being repeated over and over and it's driving me crazy. The moments with Xaden and Violet aren't good. They're not good. So this was never a favorite of mine. It's in my top 100 because it's fun, but that's going to change if this book doesn't get better because it's very low on the list to begin with. And I'm not having fun, guys. So I'm gonna put this on the TBR because either I'm gonna DNF it or I'll end up flying through it once something connects with me. Oh, also, I haven't shown you guys this. This is something I got for Christmas, and I promised to only use it when the bookmark applied. So yeah, I finally got me a bookmark like that, and I think it's real cute. Yeah, that's all I have to say about Onyx Storm. All right, I guess we are drawing again. I swear I shuffled these. Okay, 11. Move forward 11 or change places with an opponent. Okay, I think I'm going to change green and red. Here. That way each one is safer to home and a free pick book. But that does mean I need to pick a debut horror, thriller, mystery, and I don't know how I'm going to fulfill that just yet. Okay, and it couldn't be nice to me at all. I got a debut mystery, thriller, horror. I'm going to check on something because I do think I have a book that qualifies that I'm looking at, but I'm not sure. Unfortunately, I could not come up with something to fulfill this that I have on my shelves. And as you guys know, my main priority is reading the books that I own. And so I think I'm just going to punish myself by choosing from the jar. All right, here is my horror, mystery, thriller jar. Like I said, I have jars for the corresponding genres on my game because I needed a way to break it up. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh, dropped it. Okay. And there are more in here than you would expect, right? But I am a horror reader. So, And I do pick mystery thrillers from Book of the Month quite often because they're easy for me to find, and I don't have to scour through a whole bunch of books to find one that sounds kind of interesting. All right, here we go. Oh, my TBR hates me. Hates me. Apparently, there is not going to be any love. It's only going to be dark stuff for February, but it's my birthday, so maybe that suits. Maybe, you know, leaning into the darkness that is me. Let me go grab the book. All right, another chunky boy to add to the list. Ah! How the hell am I going to pull this off? I have two that I'm already planning to read with my Discord. Oh, and my Patreon. Somebody send help. Send help. So the other announcement that I was going to make in this video was that I plan to participate in Jante's Inferno. So I don't know how this is gonna go. I really don't. I think some of these I can definitely make work for the prompts that are in there. I see a 5-star read already, or 5-star prediction. I definitely, oh, I have to betray the TBR for the first prompt. That's going to be interesting. Or betray your physical TBR, let me clarify. So I could use The Haunting of Hill House so as long as I don't buy it, which I had planned to buy it. So there we go. I did not get as many of the books that are on my 25 books I want to read in 2025 on this list as I would have liked. There is one, but I did get a self-destructing book. I did get a 5-star prediction, a couple of 5-star predictions. I'm going to finish a series, so, or maybe even maybe two series I'll be finishing. I'm not mad about this stack, but guys, that is a heck of a stack. No. And then two more, and then two more. How am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? I have no idea. All right, that is the end of this video. Say a few kind words for me because I don't know how I'm going to manage this. And I will see you guys in my next video. Don't forget that I have links to all of my links in a Linktree link down below. That was a lot of links for me to say, including my Patreon if you guys would like to support the channel and what I do here. I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye.